Welcome back everyone. In this lecture we are going to look into cross-site scripting vulnerability, also known as XSS. Now this vulnerability allows an attacker to inject a piece of malicious code into the website. Usually that malicious code or malicious script is written in JavaScript and that content is delivered onto the website, either if it is present on the website or either it is stored in the database. Now there are few types of cross-site scripting vulnerabilities, but before we dive into what are those types, let's discuss why XSS is dangerous and what it enables. So XSS vulnerability enables an attacker to execute arbitrary scripts in the browser of user who visits a website. Now why is XSS dangerous? It allows the attacker to steal cookies, session ID, tokens or user credentials. Also it performs action on behalf of the user, that is called session hijacking, that we have already discovered in our previous sections and we know how dangerous it can be. It can deliver malicious viruses and it can be used for phishing. It modifies the website's appearance and behavior. Also it can redirect the user to other malicious websites as well. Now let's look onto the types of cross-site scripting attack. Now the first we have is reflected XSS. Now in this vulnerability, the malicious script is a part of URL or input and the server immediately reflects it back in the HTTP response, and it only affects the user who opens a maliciously crafted link. For example, in the URL of some website there is a malicious JavaScript maliciously modified and it looks like this. So whenever the user will open this website, this script will be reflected onto his page. And on the other hand, stored XSS is just opposite of reflected XSS. Now in the reflected XSS, as I've told you, that server reflects it, but in the stored XSS the malicious script is permanently stored on the server, example in its database, and it can be stored in some kind of, for example, a comment box, and it gets triggered every time you visit that page. And last but not the least, we have DOM based XSS, and we will directly look into the example of it. But for a quick introduction, I can tell you that DOM based XSS is used to manipulate users. DOM based XSS is executed by manipulating DOM inside a user's browser. Now what is DOM? DOM is actually document object model, and that is what a hacker manipulates in the browser. So without wasting much time, let's get on to the practicals.